Your bone density decreases by 1% every year after age 50. That's the bad news. The good news is that a recent study found that people over 50 who performed weight-bearing exercises just 3 times per week increased their bone mineral density by up to 3% in 12 months, reversing years of age-related bone loss. The connection isn't a coincidence. It's biology. Here's what most people don't know. Mechanical loading creates an acute bone-building response that can strengthen your skeleton at any age. 5 specific exercises performed for just 20 minutes, 3 times per week, can naturally increase your bone density without medications, supplements, or complicated protocols. These aren't random movements. They're scientifically targeted exercises that trigger the exact physiological response your bones need to rebuild and strengthen. Let's start with the 2 foundation exercises that establish the loading stimulus your skeletal system needs. These movements prime your osteoblasts and create mechanical stress that amplifies the effects of every other exercise in this protocol. The heel drop is your ultimate bone density trigger for your lower legs and feet. Stand on a step, stair, or sturdy platform with just the balls of your feet on the edge. Rise onto your toes as high as possible, then drop your heels forcefully so they land on the step. The key is the controlled drop and impact, not the rise. Perform 3 sets of 15 drops with 60 seconds rest between sets. Start conservatively if you have any ankle issues or balance concerns. Here's why this works so powerfully for bone building. Your bones respond to mechanical stress through a process called Wolff's Law. When you create impact forces through your skeleton, specialized cells called osteoblasts activate and begin depositing new bone material at the stress points. The heel drop creates direct axial loading through your tibia, fibula, and all the bones in your feet. The controlled impact sends powerful signals to your bone cells that new structural reinforcement is needed. This exercise isn't the same as jumping or running, where the effect is uncontrolled. The heel drop allows you to precisely control the force application while standing in place. Your lower legs contain some of the most commonly fractured bones in people over 50, particularly the ankle and foot bones. By strengthening these structures now, you're preventing the falls and fractures that lead to disability later. The impact also stimulates bone growth throughout your entire lower body as the force transmits upward through your skeletal system. Your calf muscles will work during the rise, but the bone-building benefit comes from the drop. Focus on creating a solid, controlled impact with your heels. Don't bounce rapidly. Each drop should be deliberate and forceful enough to feel the effect travel up through your legs. Common mistakes destroy the effectiveness completely. Don't perform this on soft surfaces, such as carpet or mats. You need a hard surface for the impact to transmit through your bones properly. Don't drop so hard that you feel pain in your joints. The effect should be firm but controlled, never causing joint discomfort. If you have severe osteoporosis or a history of stress fractures, consult your physician before starting impact exercises. Progress systematically by adding 2 to 3 reps per set each week. When you can complete 3 sets of 25 reps comfortably, increase the height of your drop by using a taller step or holding light dumbbells for additional load. Advanced practitioners can progress to single-leg heel drops, but master the bilateral version first with perfect control. The overhead press hold amplifies everything the heel drop established by loading your spine, shoulders, and arms. Hold a weight overhead with arms fully extended. Dumbbells, a barbell, water jugs, or even a loaded backpack. Keep your core braced and maintain this position for 30 to 60 seconds. Your shoulders should be active, pushing the weight toward the ceiling throughout the hold. This exercise combines axial skeletal loading with sustained muscular contraction. The overhead position creates compression forces throughout your spine, from your cervical vertebrae to your lumbar region. This axial loading stimulates osteoblast activity throughout your spinal column, the exact location where osteoporotic fractures most commonly occur in people over 50. Your shoulder complex and arm bones also experience significant loading, strengthening these frequently fractured areas. The sustained hold creates time under tension, which maximizes the bone-building stimulus. Unlike a dynamic overhead press, where the load varies throughout the movement, the isometric hold maintains constant compression on your skeletal structures. This sustained mechanical stress is exactly what your bones need to trigger new bone formation. Start with something very lightweight. The goal is maintaining a perfect position for the full duration, not maximizing load. Your spine should remain neutral, with your core engaged throughout. If you feel any lower back discomfort, reduce the weight immediately. The bone-building benefit comes from the axial loading pattern, not from the absolute weight you're holding. These 2 foundation exercises work synergistically. The heel drop establishes impact loading through your lower body, while the overhead hold creates axial compression through your upper body and spine. Together, they make the mechanical stimulus your entire skeletal system needs for the bone-building exercises coming next. Now that you've established the foundation loading patterns, these next two exercises target your hips and spine, the most critical areas for preventing fractures as you age. Hip and spinal fractures account for the majority of disability in people over 65. These movements specifically strengthen those vulnerable structures. The Bulgarian Split Squat maximizes hip loading while building balance to prevent falls. Stand in a split stance with your rear foot elevated on a bench, couch, or chair about knee height. Hold dumbbells at your sides or use body weight if you're just starting out. Lower yourself until your front thigh is parallel to the ground, then drive back up. Perform 3 sets of 10 reps per leg with 90 seconds rest between sets. This unilateral loading pattern creates significant compression forces through your femur and hip joint. Your femur is the most commonly fractured bone in serious falls among people over 50. By loading this bone repeatedly through a full range of motion, you're stimulating new bone formation exactly where you need it most. The femoral neck, the narrow region just below the ball of your hip joint, experiences particularly high stress during the split squat. This is the exact location where most hip fractures occur. Strengthening this area through mechanical loading can literally prevent the injury that ends independence for many older adults. The single leg balance requirement creates an additional benefit beyond bone building. Most falls happen during single leg stance phases of walking or when stepping over obstacles. By training this pattern regularly, you're developing the balance and stability that prevent falls in the first place. Strong bones matter, but avoiding the fall entirely is even better. The split squat combines both benefits in one movement. The loading pattern also maximally activates your glutes and core muscles. These muscles provide the stability that protects your bones during real-world movements. Weak glutes combined with weak bones create a dangerous combination. Strong glutes combined with strong bones make you nearly fall-proof. Setup is critical for safety and effectiveness. Your front foot should be far enough forward that your shin stays mostly vertical at the bottom. If your knee extends past your toes, you're increasing joint stress without any additional bone-building benefit. Keep your torso upright throughout the movement. Leaning forward shifts the load away from your hip and reduces the bone-building stimulus. Your elevated rear foot provides only light support. The majority of your weight should remain on your front leg throughout the entire set. Common mistakes reduce effectiveness and increase injury risk. Don't let your front knee cave inward during the descent. This misalignment reduces the axial loading through your femur and increases stress on your knee joint. Keep your knee tracking over your middle toes throughout the movement. Don't bounce out of the bottom position. Control the entire range of motion with deliberate tempo. The bone-building benefit comes from the time under load, not from momentum. If you feel unstable, reduce the rear foot elevation or hold onto a door frame for light support until your balance improves. Progress conservatively by adding 1 to 2 reps per set each week. When you can complete 3 sets of 15 reps per leg with body weight, add light dumbbells. For bone building, moderate weight with higher reps creates superior results compared to maximum weight with low reps. The goal is accumulated loading volume, not peak force. The bent over row targets your spine and upper back with the exact loading pattern your thoracic vertebrae need. Stand with feet hip width apart. Hinge forward at your hips until your torso is at about 45 degrees. Hold dumbbells or water jugs with arms hanging straight down. Pull the weights up toward your rib cage, squeezing your shoulder blades together, then lower with control. Perform 3 sets of 12 reps with 90 seconds rest. The bent over position creates anterior-posterior shear forces through your spine that stimulate bone formation in your vertebrae. The thoracic spine, the mid-back region, is commonly affected by compression fractures in people with osteoporosis. These fractures cause the characteristic forward hunched posture seen in many older adults. By regularly loading your spine in this bent position, you're strengthening the exact vertebrae that need protection. The rowing motion also loads your shoulder blades, collarbones, and arm bones, while building the postural muscles that keep your spine healthy. Strong spinal erectors and rhomboids maintain proper spinal alignment, further reducing fracture risk. The key is maintaining that hinged position throughout the set. Your spine should remain neutral, not rounded. A neutral spine position ensures that loading forces are transmitted properly through your vertebrae, rather than stressing your intervertebral discs. If you can't maintain neutral spine, reduce the weight or decrease your torso angle until you build the necessary core strength. Your core muscles must brace maximally to support your spine during this exercise. This core activation creates additional compression forces that stimulate bone growth throughout your lumbar and thoracic regions. Form breakdown kills effectiveness and creates injury risk. Keep your neck neutral, not craned upward. Looking up while bent over creates excessive cervical spine stress. Keep your gaze down toward the floor a few feet in front of you. Don't jerk the weights up using momentum. Pull smoothly using your back muscles. Pause at the top for 1 second, then lower with control. Each rep should take 3 to 4 seconds total. Don't round your lower back at any point. If your lower back rounds, you're either going too heavy or your hip mobility is limited. Reduce the weight and focus on the hinge pattern. Progress by adding 1 to 2 reps per set weekly. When you can complete 3 sets of 15 reps with perfect form, increase the weight by the smallest increment available. For bone building, consistency matters more than progressive overload. Performing this movement 3 times per week with moderate weight creates superior bone density gains compared to sporadic heavy sessions. These 2 exercises work synergistically with your foundation movements. The split squat loads your lower body from a different angle than the heel drops, while the bent row complements the overhead hold by loading your spine through spinal extension instead of pure compression. This final exercise amplifies everything you've built by creating maximum spinal loading in the safest possible position. It targets your entire posterior chain while providing the axial compression that drives bone formation throughout your spine. The deadlift is the single most effective bone building exercise for your whole body. Stand with feet hip-width apart, a weight positioned in front of you. Bend at your hips and knees to grasp the weight, keeping your spine neutral. Drive through your feet to stand up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Lower with control and repeat. Perform 3 sets of 8 reps with 2 minutes rest between sets. This movement creates compression forces through every bone from your feet to your skull. As you lift the weight from the floor, your entire skeletal system must resist the downward force of gravity. This total body loading simultaneously stimulates osteoblast activity throughout your skeleton. No other single exercise provides this comprehensive bone-building stimulus. Your spine experiences particularly intense loading during the deadlift. The neutral spine position you maintain throughout the movement creates even compression across all your vertebrae. This loading pattern strengthens your vertebrae against the compression fractures that commonly occur in people with osteoporosis. Your hips and legs also receive maximum loading as they generate the force to lift the weight. The deadlift movement pattern mimics exactly how you should lift objects in daily life, picking things up from the floor, lifting groceries, and moving furniture. By strengthening your bones in this functional pattern, you're preparing your skeleton for real-world demands. The deadlift also builds the posterior chain muscles that protect your spine. Strong glutes, hamstrings, and spinal erectors maintain proper spinal alignment and reduce injury risk. Weak bones combined with weak posterior chain muscles create vulnerability. Strong bones supported by strong muscles create resilience. Start with a very light weight to master the movement pattern. Many people over 50 have never performed a proper hip hinge and need several sessions to learn the pattern safely. Use dumbbells, a kettlebell, or even loaded grocery bags initially. The implement doesn't matter as much as the movement quality. Your spine must remain completely neutral throughout the movement. Think about maintaining the natural curves in your lower back and neck. If your spine rounds at any point, the weight is too heavy, or your movement pattern needs refinement, reduce the weight and practice the hinge pattern until it becomes automatic. Your hips and knees should unlock simultaneously as you descend. This isn't a squat where your knees bend first, nor is it a stiff leg movement where your knees stay locked. The proper hip hinge involves both joints working together to lower and raise the weight. Common mistakes increase injury risk without bone building benefits. Don't round your lower back to reach the weight. If you can't reach the floor with a neutral spine, elevate the weight on blocks or use a trap bar with raised handles. Never sacrifice spinal position for range of motion. Don't jerk the weight off the floor. Create tension in your body first, then initiate the lift smoothly. Jerking creates uneven loading that stresses your spine without providing bone-building benefits. Don't lean back at the top of the movement. Stand up tall with hips and knees fully extended, but don't hyperextend your lower back. This overextension stresses your vertebrae without additional benefit. Progress conservatively by adding 5 pounds only when you can complete all 3 sets of 8 reps with perfect form. For bone building over 50, moderate loads lifted consistently provide better results than heavy loads lifted occasionally. Your goal is to accumulate high-quality training sessions over months and years, not setting personal records. Advanced practitioners can explore trap bar variations or slightly heavier loads, but master the basic deadlift pattern first. The movement quality matters infinitely more than the weight on the bar. This exercise completes your bone-building protocol by providing maximum total body skeletal loading in a safe, controlled manner. planner. Here's your exact 3 times per week protocol that maximizes bone building response while preventing overtraining. Perform this routine every other day with at least 48 hours between sessions to allow for complete bone remodeling and adaptation. Each session follows this structure. Heel drops, 3 sets of 15 reps, rest 60 seconds between sets. Overhead press hold, 3 sets of 45 seconds, rest 90 seconds between sets. Bulgarian split squat, 3 sets of 10 reps per leg, rest 90 seconds between sets. Bent over row, 3 sets of 12 reps, rest 90 seconds between sets. Deadlift, 3 sets of 8 reps, rest 2 minutes between sets. Total time, including rest periods, approximately 35 minutes. The rest periods are calibrated for maximum bone building response at each exercise. A 60-second rest between heel drops allows your nervous system to reset between impact sets, maintaining workout efficiency. A 90-second rest between pressing, squatting, and rowing movements balances recovery with maintaining elevated muscular tension. A 2-minute rest between deadlifts ensures you can maintain perfect form on every rep with the heaviest loads in your program. Shorter rest periods compromise form and reduce the bone-building stimulus. Longer rest periods allow for complete recovery, thereby diminishing the cumulative loading effect. This 35-minute duration hits the optimal window for bone-building adaptation. Research shows that bone mineral density improves when total loading volume remains high, but individual session duration remains moderate. Sessions longer than 45 minutes lead to excessive fatigue, compromising form, and increasing injury risk in people over 50. The exercise order maximizes safety and effectiveness. Heel drops come first when your nervous system is fresh and you can control the impact forces properly. This impact loading primes your skeletal system for the resistance exercises that follow. Overhead holds follow, creating spinal compression before the more demanding exercises fatigue your core. Split squats come in the middle when you're warmed up but not yet fatigued, allowing for maximum loading with stable balance. Bent rows follow, taking advantage of pre-fatigued legs to isolate your upper back and spine. Deadlifts finish the session as your most demanding total body exercise when your movement patterns are fully grooved, but you still have the energy for perfect form. Progress systematically by adding 1 to 2 reps per set when you can complete all prescribed reps with perfect form. When you reach the top of the rep range, 20 heel drops, 60-second overhead holds, 15 split squats, 15 rows, 10 deadlifts. Then add the smallest weight increment available. Track every session religiously. Record the weight, reps, and how each movement felt. Measurable progress ensures that your skeletal system continues to respond to the stimulus. Expect noticeable improvements within 4 to 6 weeks. Most people report better posture first as their spinal erectors strengthen. Balance improvements appear next as your single leg stability develops. Strength gains become obvious between weeks 6 and 8. Actual bone density changes require at least 12 weeks to appear on DEXA scans, but cellular level changes begin immediately. Research shows that significant increases in bone mineral density occur after 6 to 12 months of consistent loading exercise. People over 50 can increase bone density by 1 to 3% annually with proper training, reversing years of age-related bone loss. Some studies show even greater improvements in people with initially low bone density. Consistency beats intensity for bone building. These 5 exercises increase bone density through scientifically proven mechanical loading patterns. The heel drop provides impact loading for your lower legs. The overhead hold creates axial compression for your spine. The split squat loads your hips and femurs. The bent row strengthens your thoracic spine. The deadlift provides total body skeletal loading. Start with the foundation exercises this week and track your progress rigorously. Subscribe for more natural bone building strategies that work with your body's existing skeletal system.